If you've ever finished a conversation and thought, oof, that didn't go the way I hoped, or worse, avoided an important conversation entirely because you just didn't have the energy, well then, this episode is definitely for you. Hey there, welcome to the very first episode of Tranquil Talks with Chris, a podcast for introverted leaders who want to communicate with clarity, lead with calm, and protect their well-being and energy while doing it. I'm Chris, your host and fellow introvert, and I'm so glad that you're here with me today. Let's talk communication. I know it's not just me feeling like it has gotten way harder than ever. I know my family is feeling it, my friends are feeling it, and my clients are absolutely feeling it too. So if you're listening and you've been thinking it's just you, it's not. I promise you are not alone. We are leading, working, we're living in a world that is so much noisier, feels so much faster, and way more demanding than ever before. And for those of us that are naturally introverted, that can mean feeling drained before the day even starts, struggling to find time and space to process before having to respond. And truth be told, sometimes for us, it means avoiding conversations altogether because our energy just ain't there. On top of all of that, remote and hybrid work have completely shifted the way we connect for everyone. We have lost so many of the casual cues that help us read a room. We're juggling way more written communication, Slack messages, and emails, and more video calls. Good God, Zoom fatigue, anyone? When we're already stretched thin, every conversation, even those simple ones, can feel much heavier. And that's why I focus at the Leadership Greenhouse and within the Lotus Learning Sanctuary specifically on the intersection of communication and burnout for introverted leaders. Because communication and burnout feed into each other. They are absolutely 100% deeply interconnected. When we're burned out or edging close to it, we have less patience for misunderstandings. We will find it harder to be present and truly listen. Now, I don't know about you, but I can admit that I will often default to autopilot responses, and I know they usually miss the mark. And when we're missing connections with others, this only adds more work, more conflict, more mental load, and all of this only serves to accelerate burnout. And then again, looking through the lens of introverted leaders, this can feel even more intense because our energy is already being stretched so darn thin. So on and on the merry-go-round we go, right? On and on this vicious cycle we stay. Which of course begs the question, all right, so what do we do about this? How do we communicate effectively when we're already running on fumes? I've worked with many introverted leaders on this exact challenge. And what I've learned is that it's not about having more energy. It's about using the energy we have more strategically. So today, I want to share with you all 4 shifts that have made a big difference for my clients. And I'll give you a spoiler alert, all 4 are simple, small steps taken. Because that's the beauty of taking things in bite-sized chunks. They help you take action, they help you try things, and ultimately, they help you build momentum. Better communication will feel within your reach. It will feel achievable, and it is. Okay, here we go. The 4 shifts my clients have made include, number 1, pause before you respond. This isn't about creating awkward silence. It's about creating intentional space. 10 seconds can bring a world of clarity and calm. And if that feels too long, and believe me, if that's you, you're hearing this, listening to this going, there is no way I can pause for 10 seconds. I've been there. I understand. Okay, fair enough. Instead of 10 seconds, try counting to 3 before you respond in a meeting, before you hit respond, or you immediately want to respond in an email, or for emails, better yet, save that draft, come back to it in an hour. You'll be amazed how much clearer your thoughts become. So shift number 1 was pause before you respond. Shift number 2, clarify or set your context first. Be clear and frame your intention before diving in fully. You can think of it like setting the GPS for your conversation. So instead of looking to jump straight into something like, hey, Bob, we need to talk about the project. Instead, try, hey, Bob, I'd love 10 minutes to brainstorm some solutions with you for the project timeline. My goal is for us to leave our chat with 2 to 3 options we can explore. So shift number 2, again, clarify or set your context first. The third shift that has worked incredible for my clients is all about honoring your processing. Resist that urge to immediately respond. Give yourself permission to take some time to collect your thoughts. So you can say something as simple as, let me think about that for a moment. And I get it. There are going to be times where someone wants to enter into a conversation with you when you're running on empty. And perhaps you're not feeling like you can say, let me think about that for a moment. That's not the headspace you're going to be in. You can still please give yourself grace to recharge and to acknowledge that. So you can say to that person that really wants to get into a conversation, you can say to them, I want to give this conversation my full attention. Let's chat in, say, 30 minutes. So again, shift number 3 is all about honoring your processing. And last but not least, the 4th shift I want to share with you today is close the loop. Oh, wow, this is where so many conversations fall apart. And I'm looking in my own mirror when I say this. This information is as much for me as it is for you too. Close the loop, close that gap, the gap between talking and understanding. So try phrases like, what questions does this bring up for you? Or, how are you feeling about moving forward with this? Or, how does that land for you? At the end of the day, it's not always about saying more. It's about saying it with more care. And I welcome and encourage you to try these 4 small but powerful shifts that, again, have worked for my clients, which again are, number 1, pause before you respond. Number 2, clarify context first. Number 3, honor your processing. And fourthly, close the loop. Before your next important conversation, I want to also offer you a couple of bonus simple practices. These are ones I do all the time. The first one is what I call the 1 feeling question. It's all about focusing on the emotional outcome of any communication. So it's all about thinking through, how do you want that person to feel? For yourself, it can be, how do I want my team member to feel, my stakeholders to feel, my leader to feel, etc., etc. Do you want them to feel reassured, excited, clear on next steps? When you know the feeling you're aiming for, your words will begin to naturally start flowing. The other simple practice that I do is a mini self-check-in. I will reflect regularly on my communication stressors, those that I find common, my common stress signals. And for me, I've got two big stressors. Number one, when someone interrupts me while I'm talking. Oh man, that gets under my skin. Please just let me share what I'd like to share before you jump in. Secondly, when someone puts me on the spot, oh my goodness, I'm an introvert, as I said at the beginning. I also have generalized anxiety disorder, so I am filled a lot with self-doubt, or I'm analyzing, I'm second-guessing myself, I'm putting myself out there, I'm giving it to you straight. Ooh, please don't put me on the spot. I don't like that. I like to be able to think things through before I have a chance to respond. So that's me, my two biggest stressors. For you, dear listener, whatever your trigger or triggers might be, naming them is the first step to managing them gracefully. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. I hope that you'll tune in weekly for each Tranquil Talks with Chris on all things introversion. Every single episode is going to revolve around leadership, communication, and or well-being. Until then, wishing you a great rest of your week. Cheers.